Hello buddy, I'm Dutch and welcome to my newest vlog series, American Gear Vendors You Should Know. These videos will help you discover my favorite finds, explore new and innovative gear, and meet the brands that I respect, all made in the USA. So get ready to support local craftsmanship and see why I love American-made gear. Thank you everybody. Hello everybody, I'm Dutch, and well, what better time than right before July 4th to start celebrating the cottage vendors. I know many of you are probably getting ready to go on vacation. Hopefully you're getting some good respite in the outdoors, and this is a great time to do it. Weather's beautiful here. I hope it is there too. So, I really want to celebrate the cottage vendors. We are truly blessed with some fantastic cottage manufacturers all across this great land that are putting out some of the finest gear possible. And usually I take questions, but I want to do a little different this time. I want you guys posting on Facebook, posting on YouTube, your favorite cottage brands. Make them ones that are actually doing the cutting and the sewing here in America. They're not outsourcing to Asia. They are small brands making custom gear for you. Hashtag them and show them your love, all right? And I want to show you the love of some of the ones that I really like, and I would be amiss if I didn't start with Jacks Are Better. So, way back in the beginning, I met the Jacks when I was through hiking in 2003, and they were doing a 500-mile section. And I ran into them for maybe a day or two, and I saw them talking to a fellow hammock camper about the needs that were for hammock camping. And come the next year, they went and they started producing quilts and large tarps, which is exactly what was needed. So they are the original quilt manufacturer. They have been doing it for 20 years. They've been doing it longer than everybody else. And the Jacks, I got to tell you, they mentored me in the beginning, and we are all standing on the shoulders of giants. So that have been taken over by Don and Dave, who are doing a fantastic job of continuing that tradition of putting out some fantastic backpacking gear that's light. They're pushing boundaries and coming out with new stuff still 20 years later. They have graciously given a $25 gift certificate for this. So on Facebook, the first person that says hashtag Shenandoah will win the gift certificate. We have a couple more gift certificates from some other manufacturers. Some of them they didn't even know that they contributed, but we're sure they'll give it. All right, another one is Hilltop Packs, which is a fellow Pennsylvania company. And I'll tell you, what I really like about them is the custom gear that they are producing, particularly for you. They are, they do a lot of those prints on those bags, and they are truly amazing. And they are setting your memories onto your food bag so that you have a picture of your dog or your child when you take it with you. And seeing how I'm also doing printing and custom gear, I can really relate and really appreciate the fine work that they're doing. Some of it's really unique. So show them some love. I hope are we posting on Facebook and YouTube your favorite brands? Because I really hope so. I really want to see this being interactive. Talk about why they're your favorite and stuff. So the next one I want to bring to you is we're going to go a little bit further away. We're going to go to New Jersey. We won't hold that against them. But Light AF. So Chris, I have actually backpacked with Chris. He's a fantastic backpacker, and I certainly enjoyed that trip, although my feet certainly got a different name, but they are certainly very popular. And when I'm down at trail days, you can see all the thru hikers are carrying those, and they look super sweet. As a matter of fact, I plan on carrying a Light AF pack when I start the AT in January. Chris has also given away a $25 gift certificate. So let's do this one for Facebook, and the first person that hashtags LightAF wins that $25 gift certificate. I have a lot of these to go through because I have a lot of favorite brands. I really love American Gear, so if I miss some, I'm sorry. And I really hope that you guys pick up the slack in the comment section. Also, I don't want to feel like I'm going through these too fast because just because I have so many to do. However, we are doing a series, and that's what that intro was all about, where we're going to go and introduce some brands that you haven't even seen before. And I really want you to follow that, and you're going to see that series coming out starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact, as we feature the very first one, which we're going to give you the precursor for that tonight. All right, so next one. All right, we're going to go to Ohio. We've done Pennsylvania, and we've gone to New Jersey, and our friends in Ohio, Trailheadz. Man, John and Karen, I can't show them enough love. They have such a passion, and when somebody had the gall to suggest to them, why don't you have your gear made in Asia? Well, John just shut that down completely. He said, you're totally missing the point as to why I make gear. I make gear for the love of making gear, for making somebody happy. I totally get that. And to go and have somebody else make it has no joy in it at all. And he is such a specialist in ultralight. Again, I backpacked with him. And he carries 2 pounds of steak and still has a pack weight underneath 10 pounds. So really big kudos to him. When someone says, hey, I want to be as light as possible, I say, you want to talk to John Rammel. And that's the thing, is you will talk to John Rammel, and he will find out, and you will have a conversation with him before he makes your gear. There's a lead time, there's a wait list, but there's a reason for that, and that's because he's good and he's taking a lot of care into making your gear. You're not going to see it next week. You're not going to get 2-day delivery. But I have a lot of love for John and Karen. I always enjoy going to see them. All right, next, going down to North Carolina, Lightheart Gear. They are fantastic with what they make for clothing, and also they don't get enough love for their tents. And on their tents, what I particularly like about it is the simplicity in setting it up. I saw one being used in the Grand Canyon, and I had a much more complicated one, and I don't know how many tent pegs he had, but I know my tent pegs was like, I had to put in 12 tent pegs to have this supposedly freestanding tent with a hiking pole. And this one, mine was impossible to get in and out. The Lightheart Gear one was simple to get in and out. Yes, it was made from sill and not from Dyneema, but it was still pretty darn light, and the simplicity of it and the ease of getting in and out was fantastic. How can you go anywhere in the backpacking world and not see a Lightheart Gear hoodie? They are fantastic. Their rain gear, what I really like about their rain gear, comes with pockets, has pit zips. Their hood, I've said this before, their hood turns with your head. So many rain gear you turn and you're looking at the side of your hood. Somehow they made it so that it is moving with your head. I have 2 gift certificates because one, I forgot Trailheadz. So on Facebook, you go hashtag John and you will win a $25 gift certificate for Trailheadz. And for Lightheart Gear, we'll go YouTube, and we're going to go hashtag hoodie. So next one is one that you may not have heard of, and that is PBD Packs. And I probably would have never heard of them, except a friend went and turned me on to them, and they made me a pack, and it is unique, and they don't see a lot of love. So I wanted to make sure that they were featured on here. It is a fantastic pack. What I really like about this pack is they put a frame on it. It is like old school framed pack, but he did it in carbon fiber and Dyneema. And so it is super light. And then he also went to the lengths of putting a lot of molly straps on here so that you can have a lot of attachments, including down here on your hip belt, so that you can put pockets on it if you like. There is even a waterproof zipper so that you can get to the bottom of your pack if you like. And well, I don't know why, but these guys don't get enough love, because this is a fantastic pack. It is light. The way it rides is fantastic because of the frame, and I would really love to see. I would love to see his innovation spread out more, because there's a lot of innovation in here. A lot of the backpacks that I see are very similar from manufacturer to manufacturer, and here someone is going a different route, and it works really well, and that's what we call innovation. So that is PBD Packs. Okay, so next one is, well, if you're in the hammock community, you're going to know him, and that's Wahalla, and that's Jason Flowers, and he is, well, what can you say? He's a very nice guy, and very soft-spoken, and I happen to have a gear bag by him that I absolutely love. He made it for me. It says, "Thank you, everybody, Dutch" on it. It's done in my cheeseburger print, and well, actually, it is my travel bag. I use that thing wherever I go. It's waterproof material. It's a great, it's like a gym bag, but I use it for travel all the time, and I travel all the time, so it's really good. He didn't know that I'm doing this. Jason, if you're watching, we tried to call you, but we're giving away a $25 gift certificate to Wahalla. But I think he's at his hang this year, this weekend. So if he doesn't, we'll back it up. So let's go to Facebook and hashtag Jason, and you will win a $25 gift certificate for Wahalla Gear. So let's go over to New Jersey again, and this guy is, I consider him a dear friend, and that is George Carr with Local Libre. So out there right now, please give him a lot of love. Send his name in some contacts into the comments. Send him out there. It's tagging him. He has had some health issues, but he's still putting out fantastic gear. His quilts are amazing, and I don't say that lightly. I've made quilts. I know quilts. I own a lot of quilts. The way he makes his baffles, the way they zigzag, is incredible. His foot box, the amount of down that's around your foot box, maybe it's overkill. I don't know. I've never had my feet too hot when I was backpacking. So he's also a very fantastic dude, and we need to show him lots and lots of love. All right, next one is a woman-owned company, and that is Kula cloth. And so they manufacture, well, they manufacture printed pee wipers for women, and it can't speak of it any better than that, but they have antimicrobial things in it, and they have these neat prints, and it helps the environment because people aren't using the toilet paper, they're using a reusable wipe, and it is fantastic. They have very unique designs. Many people may not know this, but we actually print the Kula cloths, or at least some of them, and we're very proud to do so, to partner with them. So big shout out for Kula cloth. Next one's, I'm gonna say the next one's is definitely friends of mine. We're talking Yobo, and you know, they came out with that new turtle bug stand, and well, we're gonna go and we're gonna give you a preview of our video series that we're gonna be doing, highlighting the different brands. And the first one up, they've made such an impact, really should be Yobo. So first of all, let's do a giveaway, all right? And let's do on YouTube, the first person that, is this what they should be doing, or? Yes. So all they have to do is do #Yeet. That's Y-E-E-T. I believe that was on Facebook. So go ahead and hashtag that, and you win a $25 gift certificate for Yobo, which is fantastic because they make such great stands. And Fee, would you mind running the video introducing them rather than me talking all the time? Let's let Kristen go and introduce you to Yobo. Look at that, making me small. Hello everybody, I'm Dutch, and down here at Trail Days, I mean, we get together with friends and other business owners, and I got someone very special, and this is someone that I know everyone's going to really want to see. It is so related. This is Yobo, and this is Kristen of Yobo.
Hi everyone.
So Kristen's going to go through, we have the new product offerings that they have, and they even have some prototypes that's really special. Without any further ado, here is Kristen.
Well, thank you so much, Dutch. We are so stoked to be here at Trail Days. It's awesome. Like, all of our vendor friends are really becoming a lot like vendor family, and it's just super cool that we can all come here and hang out, talk with customers, hang out with each other, and show people our products in person. But we're really excited. We flew in today, so we had some help bringing all of our stuff, but we have our hive stand here. There's actually lots of hive stands here walking around. A lot of people have brought their hives to Trail Days. We've heard a few people call it their hive palace, which is super fun. These ones are rigged up. That one looks like it has the new quilted chameleon on it, which is absolutely beautiful. And their tarp is in porch mode over the top of it, which is an excellent option because there's not a cloud in the sky right now, and it's beautiful and quite warm. So this one also has another quilted chameleon under there with a super cool tarp over it.
So I bet everybody is really excited to see the new Kickstarter, and that is the Turtle Dog. So Kristen, why don't you give us a good rundown on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. This is our newest stand, the Turtle Bug, and this is the camper size, which means it's large enough to hold up to an 11-foot hammock. And here's a little secret. Cal is actually rigging it up to be able to hold some bridge hammocks. So we're gonna have some answers for you guys on how to get a bridge hammock on this thing too. So you can get excited about that. This is our economy price stand. The people in the market were asking for something a little more price friendly, that was really durable, that was still portable. So the Turtle Bug packs down really nice and small for what it is. We fit it in our carry-on luggage on the way out here, and it's gonna weigh somewhere between 14 and 20 pounds. We don't have the exact weights on that yet, but it's really easy to throw over your shoulder and carry.
I believe this thing is modular, so you can change this. Show us how this can...
Yes, absolutely. So this ridge pole up here can be shortened. You can take one segment out and turn it into like a lounger size stand for like a 9-foot hammock. You can also take a few more segments out of it and turn it into a chair sized stand. So if you have a hammock chair, it hangs on here, and let me tell you, it's one of the most comfortable chairs you can sit in around the campfire.
That is awesome. What else you got that's new?
Oh, we're really excited about this one. I know I say we're excited about everything, but we are. This is our ultralight carbon fiber cricket hammock stand. This is the one I know a lot of people have been waiting for. This is our very first prototype, so you guys are kind of getting a sneak preview. It's not going to be ready for market for a while because Cal's still developing stuff, but this thing will hold an 11-foot hammock, and he's got it down to weighing 4 pounds packed. So we're really excited for this.
That is awesome. I think you can see in the distance, we got the cricket here, which is an old time favorite. I love my cricket for the solo, and then I love my hive for when there's 2 persons, or heck, when I just want to spread out. The hive is perfect.
Absolutely. We have our double quilted hammocks, but they're not set up on the hive yet, but I'd love to get a shot of that later.
And tell us about your chair.
Oh yes, so this is a bestseller. We sell out of these at every event we go to. It's our lightweight camp chair. It packs up nice and small. It weighs just under 4 pounds, and it's super comfortable. It's got armrests, which a lot of lightweight camp chairs don't have. It's got an optional headrest that you can flip back if you don't want to use, or flip forward if you want a little extra neck support. People who sit in this chair find they love that it has some low back support and breathable mesh sides. It's also got vinyl reinforcements on where the pole inserts are. So it takes a lot to wear through this chair, and it's definitely a customer favorite.
Actually, this has become one of my favorites, and I'll tell you, it is a full-size chair. You're not sitting down on the ground, and when you're old like me, it's hard to get up off such a low chair. So this one definitely is, I'm a fan favorite of this one.
Yay!
So anyhow, that is of course Kristen, and if you don't know her, then you're a nobody. So it has been a great pleasure to see all your stuff, and I've been really watching it over the past couple of years, you guys growing, coming out with great innovation, and I say keep it up, because you are starting a revolution.
Well, we're on the coattails of the revolution you started, I think, and we're happy to be here. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Peace.
So, I didn't even realize this until I watched the video, but I have one of everything, at least one of everything from Yobo. And it is always great to see Kristen. I think everyone can agree Cal should get out there more often. But he is such a great engineer on making these stands, the way he's making them. I understand the engineering behind it, and it is brilliant. That carbon fiber cricket is amazing. I forget the weight, but it is so light. It is really incredible, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. The turtle bug, I'm patiently waiting like everybody, and I kind of have some good news, is that as far as I know, they are ahead of schedule on their Kickstarter, and that is going to be released sooner than hoped. So definitely show Yobo a lot of love. Their chairs are fantastic. Their little tables, I just used their little table over this weekend, and it was fantastic. It's perfect just for my hammock. Okay. One more from, well, actually we're going to go to Idaho, and that's Simply Light Designs. And Jared is amazing, and well, if you love my gear, you'll love his gear. He's such a good craftsman, and we're talking a man in the woods just going, and I've spoken to him. He doesn't advertise. He doesn't really even, it doesn't even matter that much to him. He's working word of mouth, and he makes great gear, and that's why that system works. And if you have had any of Jared's gear, it is top notch. I can't say that enough. It really is fantastic gear, and I've never heard anybody say, I don't like my Simply Light gear. Heck, I even like the name. Simply Light is a fantastic name, but he is very much making this gear by himself, and if his lead time gets long, then maybe his orders get less, and it doesn't matter to him. He's making gear to the rate that he can and the rate that he wants, and he's totally happy. One last one is Darn Tough Socks. I am a big fan of Darn Tough socks. And they really did name their product right. I have worn out many of merino wool socks. They're making merino wool socks. They're doing it here in America. And I actually have seen China companies going and saying, why would you pay this much for Darn Tough socks when you could buy it for this? And they're not as good. They are structured around your feet. And if you have seen my talks about layering and things like that, I go and I say, you want to match your socks with your shoes and you want to keep that with it. My socks are Darn Tough socks. Even if you do wear them out, which I have one pair that I think is showing a little bit of wear now. They have a lifetime guarantee and they are truly, truly amazing. Well, I hope that we're all going and showing a lot of the love for brands that I might have missed and that you love. So keep that up. So why is it that this superior gear is coming out to compared to what Asia is? And the reason is because we are craftsmen that are making it, and we're also experienced in gear. We have a love for gear. We have a love for the outdoors, and we're trying to solve a problem. Very often, Asia copies what we make, or a manufacturer goes and takes a look at what we're manufacturing, and they say, oh, well, we could do that, only we can use Cambodian labor. Cambodian labor, they pay $1 an hour. America is considerably more. As a matter of fact, I pay more than that in just taxes on an employee, much less everything else. And it is, when you see the innovation that's coming out, when you think about bonded tarps and the fantastic things that some of the even larger manufacturers, maybe Z-Packs. I didn't feature them this because they are a huge manufacturer, but they are doing that here in America, and they are making fantastic gear, and they are pushing the boundaries of how light you can get to be, well, a ground dweller. And when you go and you look at something on an Amazon page, it has a certain a look, but you can't feel it and you can't see the stitching. This hammock behind me is an Asian-made hammock, and it might have even looked like one of mine. However, when you really get down to the details, and I am a nut for getting down to the details, you really see the difference in the quality right away, right when you feel it, when you feel the bug net. This would totally be a reject. First of all, it has a terrible feel to it. It is scratchy, but also it is so soft. You know this is going to get stuck in the zipper while you're zippering, because it easily folds into there, and it has no rigidity at all. This also is not a bug net that is built to last. All these things are meant to be on an Amazon page and to move quickly because they are very inexpensive and they're going to the cheapest manufacturer. I'll tell you, I used to get zippers from Asia, and we were having problems with the zipper pulls breaking. And we went back to them and we said, look, could you please give us better quality zipper pulls? We don't care where they come from. We don't care what the cost is. We would just like a better zipper pull, because when the zipper pull breaks, it causes a much more expensive product to fail. And they came back and they said, you want them cheaper? And we're like, no, we want them better. And they're like, oh, you want them cheaper? And we're like, no, we want a better quality. And they said, okay, we'll get you a better quality. And then the next batch came in, and it was exactly the same zipper pull. We totally know it, and they totally broke still. And we don't buy zippers from China anymore. So, and I know that sometimes, especially in this world, you have to buy, I know more than anybody else, I'm in the textile world, you have to buy some things from Asia. Our phones are produced over there, so much is produced over there. But when you can have the manufacturing done here in America, then those other things move. Like let's say that there was more sewing done in America because there's more people buying sewn goods from America, then you're going to see the mills, which all used to be here until the 80s, and they're going to move back to supply them. But now you might as well, you cannot find hardly any 20 denier fabric that is made in America. All that has moved and all that's lost. And I know that you have to do that, but when you keep moving more manufacturing here to America, you are going to have those other factory jobs, such as the mills. The dyeing is going to happen here in America, and well, it builds over time. So some other points on this. You know, here is a Jansport backpack. Now this is a book bag, and this is not meant to be some quality gear that I am going to be going out and I'm going to go backpacking with. And it is made as cheap as it possibly can, probably cost less than $10 to manufacture this. And what you'll notice with it is the stitching. It is really crappy and it's really far, but the particular thing that I want to show you here is when you go on the inside, and this is the way you tell quality gear from not such quality gear, is, do you see a raw edge? If you see a raw edge, see how this is fraying? That's terrible. You shouldn't see the raw edge except for a few places where you can't bind or wrap a zipper. You shouldn't see the raw edge of a zipper tape, but you especially should not see the raw edge of the fabric itself. This is going to fray. I mean, you can see how easily that is fraying right now. That will fray to the point that it gets to the stitching, and I'm sure everybody has seen that where your zipper is pulling off there because of the fraying. This often happens with webbing too, when it's just not done right. Now, like I say, this isn't a backpacking bag. This is for, you know, actually it was bought for me because it's a cheeseburger, but it's meant for some kid to take to class, and it's really not built to last. But we're talking backpacking gear, and we're manufacturing backpacking gear at the same places. This hammock, which looks great on an Amazon page, and the dollar amount for this hammock is incredibly low. But the materials used on it are terrible. The same zipper, actually I can show you this on the top cover, the same way that cheap book bag was manufactured, this was manufactured. There's a single line of stitching holding on this zipper. The same raw edge is on the inside here, and you're seeing the tape. Now, on that book bag, it doesn't matter that much because you're not inside there. But in a hammock, you are right with your head right here, and you're totally looking at this. So visually, it's not pretty, but it doesn't matter because they have already sold it to you, like I said, off of an Amazon page. And structurally, none of this is sound. Let me show you the vent that's on here. I mean, I think of the lengths that I go to make it so that my pieces are not going to fall apart. And this is simply a piece of bug net, square piece of bug net that has a single line of stitching. This is going to be pulled, and you know this is going to fail, particularly right here around the corner. But they don't really worry about that because you already bought it. And here's why that's kind of important. When you go and you buy a belt. So this belt, actually, I purchased in my 20s. So this belt is probably 30 years old, and it's a leather belt, and you can see the different weights that I've been through my life, but you can see where it's been there. But this belt has held up, and this belt may last me my whole life. I'm not sure. I have another leather belt that I'm wearing, and I cycle in between these two leather belts. They're always the ones that I get. While I was over in Tokyo last year, I don't know why, but I got a thing for belts. And I went and I purchased this belt, which looks really cool because it has the snake skin. And I thought, oh, that's a cool looking belt. And I was wearing it, coming back through. It didn't even make it through the airport. When I went to take it off this belt, going through security, it totally tear out where this clamps on because it wasn't made to last. Now, this belt, I'm sure a genuine leather belt, it costs more, but it's lasted me 30 years. And this belt didn't make it, well, it didn't even make it a week. Didn't make it all the way home. And truly, when you get the quality product that these cottage manufacturers are getting, you know, Jack's Our Better quilt. I have one of their very early ones, and I love it, and I still use it, and it is just as good as when I purchased it. When you have to depend on these things for, well, you don't want your hammock to fail on day 2 of a 10-day trek or on a through hike or something like that, then you want to make sure that you get the quality. But when you do get the quality and you start out, now I know a lot of people say, hey, this is a good starter hammock. But is it really? Because it's not going to function that well. And they might have gotten in cheap, but they may not be happy with the consequences of having a hammock that tears easily and is not comfortable. Their zipper gets stuck. If you look here where they put the quilt hooks, all right, they put 3 quilt hooks. I don't know why there's one in the middle. I think they were trying to copy American manufacturers with quilt hooks, but yes, they put quilt hooks on it. But those things are useless where they're at. A quilt hook has to be up here in order to catch the suspension. Down here does nothing. And the middle, maybe someone knows better. Maybe someone can tell me why they would put a quilt hook on here. Right in the middle. They're toggles. So they have toggles and a buttonhole, but they didn't make the buttonholes big enough. And in order to truly use this, which I probably wouldn't use it anyhow, but to truly use this thing that they put on here, I would have to cut the buttonhole a little bit bigger. This isn't to bash anybody, but I really want to say that the quality gear that you're getting out of these American manufacturers is so far superior, and it's also a better value because that Jack's Our Better quilt is serving me for, I think it's 18 years now. I'm going to get a lot more out of it. This leather belt, I paid probably just a little bit more for this than I did this crappy vinyl belt that it is. You can totally see that it's already tearing where the holes were, and they always do. And I had to shorten and replace where it connects to the buckle because these companies don't worry about longevity on the product. They want to make them as cheap as they can because what the name of the game is, have the cheap piece price, put it on Amazon. They look good on an Amazon picture, and they're going to get this sale. And they truly do. So I have a call of action to all of you, and I really want to give a shout out on this that here's what we need to do. We need to really promote these cottage vendors that have given us so much. And the reason it is important is because they bring the innovation. They bring the gear that the Asian companies are copying. And if they don't get that love, they don't get those customers, then they're going to stop innovating. And then who are the Asian companies going to be able to copy? And we are all the better when more innovation is coming out. And I hope that really continues. So the way to do that is when those people come onto Facebook and they say, what hammock should I buy? Or what backpack should I buy? What sleeping bag should I buy? Aim them towards the small cottage vendor. They are the ones that are bringing the innovation, that is making our lives better. And I want to see that continue. So with that, I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter so everybody can go on their holiday weekend. I know I have some great things that I'm planning on doing for this weekend, and well, I can't wait to hear about yours. We put together a little montage of a whole bunch of videos that we are about to release on celebrating the cottage vendors, and I'm going to finish with that. However, thank you, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm Dutch, and this is U.S. Manufacturer. Without any further ado, here is Kristen.
Well, thank you so much.
My name's Dan. I'm the founder of Onda.
Trent from Hilltop here.
Hey everybody, my name's Ryan from Darn Tough Vermont. We're here at Trailheadz.
Tell us, Mandy, what do you guys make here?
We make adventure wear for all body types.
Thank you for featuring us. We are Almost Right.
Hi there, I'm Jen Sism and I'm the chef and owner of Good to Go.
So Don, tell us about Jacks Are Better.
Hey, Jacks Are Better started in 2004. Right here at Trailheadz. We've been coming ever since.
I'm Joshua from Lightheart Gear. We're based in Fletcher, North Carolina, and we make everything in our factory.